something about the Turkish market. The Turkish market, local market, is kind of in between. We're no Finland or Israel that has to look at the global markets, but we're no US or China. Right. We don't have a very large local market either. So a lot of Turkish entrepreneurs are sort of lulled into thinking they're successful by playing for the local market. Can you emphasize the significance of going global?
So a couple of things. Turkey with 76 million people?
Yeah.
76.8 or something, right.
Yeah.
Really is in that funny space because the population is almost of the size to have a nice, great, sustainable business. But I have found that if you're not born global, you tend to die local. And this really goes back to a more global question, if I can pop it up. Every country needs a regional playbook. And what I mean by that is a good number of you are reading TechCrunch or Y Combinator News. Anybody read that stuff for,
Bebrazi, the Turkish version.
Both investors and entrepreneurs. And while that's great base information, Turkey is not Mountain View or San Francisco. And every investor and every experienced entrepreneur, though, in Turkey has some local knowledge you've not shared with each other. And so I believe that what can be incredibly helpful is somebody to just start a blog or a wiki of here's some advice for entrepreneurs in Turkey. Here's some advice from investors in Turkey. Now, to answer your question, you could decide as an entrepreneur or investor, no. The Istanbul market, 20 million people, I'm investing in those. I'll put $50,000 in those startups. And gee, if they make $10 million, that's a great business. I want to do those. Or there might be other entrepreneurs who say, no, I'm going after the 76 million people, but I'm staying in Turkish and I'm staying in Turkey, and I'm going to build that kind of company. And maybe exits in there. I think the biggest example was that that grocery shopping site that was acquired for $600 million. There's kind of an upper bound.
Yeah,
that's a nice market, and that's what I'm going to stay for. And there's another view which says, no, we want to be unicorns. We want to be valued at billions of dollars. My instinct is that's almost impossible to do just in Turkey. At minimum, you need to be thinking about region, if not the EU, and if not a global market. I will contend, though, that there's not a right answer.
Yeah.
There's a right match between investment dollars and return, and both the entrepreneur needs to understand the amount of scale they could get, and therefore the amount of money they could raise, and the investors need to have an investment strategy that says, oh, no, we only go for global companies. Or, no, we're happy for companies to just stay in the Turkish market because this is how we invest, and we'll be happy with those kind of returns. This knowledge is kind of known, but no one has written it down because, people tend to protect, oh, this is my secret sauce. I think that is a limitation of the entrepreneurial cluster in Turkey. I think that shouldn't be proprietary information. That should be information you're all sharing, because if you do a regional playbook, you'll all get collectively smarter. And accelerate, turn Istanbul into London fairly quickly, because you have all the right components here in Turkey. I mean, all the pieces, the great engineering talent. There's a financial infrastructure. I go to other clusters, and I just see smart entrepreneurs without any risk capital, meaning angel or VC. But in Turkey, I've been very surprised and pleasantly surprised that there's also risk capital. Because entrepreneurship without risk capital is like one hand clapping.
Yeah.
There's no noise. When you have both, you actually have the beginnings of a cluster. The other piece that is almost necessary, though not required, is government assistance.
Wonderful. You're actually answering my questions. Yeah. We're sort of telepathically speaking. Yeah. It's wonderful. That was going to be my last question. What do you think the government can do to expedite this?
Well, the first thought that most governments have is let's give out monies to startups. If there's anybody from the government in the room, please save your money.
Thank you, sir. That's what I've been saying for years.
The easier things for government to do, at least to entrepreneurs, which actually are harder for governments, is to eliminate the bureaucracy and paperwork for both starting businesses and, more importantly, this is a big idea. Entrepreneurial clusters are not job creation programs for the local populace. It's a big idea. If you're not attracting people from around the region and the world, then you don't yet have a cluster. And therefore, the government should make it incredibly easy for entrepreneurs from all around the Middle East to make Istanbul and Turkey the entrepreneurial center. Make it easy to attract people here. Make it easy for them to start businesses. Make it easy for them to bring talent and resources here.
Wonderful. And Startup Istanbul is actually a great opportunity to turn the city into, I don't want to say mecca of entrepreneurship, but a regional attraction center for the entire MENA region. Ladies and gentlemen, let me please join me in thanking Steve for this wonderful chat.
Great. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Great.
I think it worked out well.
Thank you.